This is the BMW 1 Series. Now you might be wondering, why the heck is there a cone on its bonnet? Well, that's supposed to represent a horn because I'm trying to make the point that this car is like the white rhinoceros. It's a dying breed. That's because it's rear wheel drive, whereas the next BMW 1 Series will be front wheel drive like the rest of its rivals. Now there's a reason BMW is making that change, and one is for cost. It's cheaper to do. Front wheel drive car. Second is for interior space, because a rear wheel drive car has its engine mounted that way, whereas a front wheel drive has it that way, and that is better for interior space. And that's always been the problem with the BMW 1 Series. So if I just move across, I'll show you the first problem with rear wheel drive, and that's this huge hump here in the floor. That's because you've got a prop shaft going from the engine to the rear wheels, and it means that, well, if you want to dare to carry 3 people in the back, yeah, it takes up quite a lot of space. It means it's going to be rather uncomfortable for everyone involved. Then there's the issue of the engine being that way. So yeah, headroom's okay, but knee room, it's tighter than on rivals such as the Audi A3. It's a bit of a shame because the footwells are a decent size and the windows are nice and big, so kids will be fine back here and get a good view out. Moving on to the boot, and the rear wheel drive theme continues. You see, the capacity is actually pretty good. It's about the same size as your average wheelie bin, but it could have been larger if there wasn't all the mechanical gubbins for the rear wheel drive. And on the whole, BMW have done a good job with it, you know. The capacity will do for most people, and there's various tethering points about the place. You've got net, there's 12-volt socket here. There's a little bit of underfloor storage, there we go, but it's, well, you can probably fit a credit card under there. You also get a bit of a load lip there. It's a bit of a shame that you haven't got a false floor you can raise up. Other than that though, when you fold the rear seats down, the good news is they do lie completely flat, so that when you slide things in, you can push them all the way to the front, so that's handy. Now, if you want to see just how much stuff you can fit into this car's boot, click up there to watch our detailed practicality video, and you'll also be able to see how easy it is to fit a child seat and just what it's like with 3 people in the back. Now, the 1 Series rear drive setup also affects its design, and that's why it's got a slightly longer nose than its rivals. And some people won't like the look of this car, others will, I'm one of them. Now, inside, I would say this car is just as polarising, so it's all a bit dark and miserable maybe, but there is a sporty feel to it, and on the whole, quality feels really, really strong. Well, in places, because some materials, they certainly don't, pass the carwow flick test. Can't complain at cubby spaces here in the front, so you've got some cup holders there and huge door bins which can hold big bottles and 3 different drinks if you want. In terms of pricing, this car starts at £21,000, so it is rather expensive, but all models have all the kit you really need, apart from rear parking sensors. But they do get stuff like climate control and satellite navigation, which is controlled using the iDrive system. And if you ask me, BMW's iDrive is the best on the market. Now, if you click up there, you can see our full in-depth video review of the infotainment system and have another good look around this car's interior. So, the BMW 1 Series is a hit in some areas and a miss in others. But when it comes to driving, it really does excel. You see, as with most cars, the engine's at the front, but unlike with rivals, the power actually goes to the rear wheels, and that just makes it feel all sporty. You get the sense of the car pushing you out of a corner, and well, that makes it a lot of fun to drive on a twisty road. So if you want a posh hatchback that's reasonably practical, and yeah, it's going to put a smile on your face, yeah, get one of these. End of story. And the good news is it's actually still a comfortable car to drive. So with other BMWs, you usually have to spend extra on the optional adaptive dampers, otherwise they bounce about over bumps in the road. But the standard suspension on this car is good enough. It goes over bumps without too much fuss at all. If I do have a few problems with this car, one is the road noise, so you can probably hear it. It does echo quite a lot around the cabin. The other is the rear visibility. So you're going to need to spend extra on some parking sensors because, yeah, the view out the back is not very good. And you can actually see for yourself by clicking up there to join me for a 360-degree passenger ride. As for engines, well, yeah, they're all pretty good. So the diesels, they're strong performers and they're economical. They're a little bit noisy, that's the only downside of them. This is the 2-litre 20D, and it can do 0 to 60 in just over 7 seconds, yet apparently return over 65 miles per gallon. Though I'm getting 47, which to be fair isn't too bad. I would probably go for one of the petrols though. I really like the 225i because it's hot hatch quick, yet also gives reasonable economy. Manual gearboxes, they're so-so in BMWs. I do like the autos. This 8-speed auto is brilliant. And if you're worried about being a BMW's rear-wheel drive, so you might get stuck in the snow, you can get the 1 Series with all-wheel drive.
While all this is great, there are a few things which let this car down. Here's 5.
In manual models, the pedals are so offset to the right that it almost feels like your feet are outside the car. You don't get auto emergency braking nor cruise control as standard across the entire range, which seems a little bit mean at this price. The diesel engines vibrate quite a lot, and you can feel that through the steering wheel. The way the rear doors protrude does make it harder to get yourself out of the vehicle in tight spaces. BMW came 4th worst in the latest UK JD Power Dependability Survey.
Still, you may be able to overlook this because the 1 Series does have a few cool features.
The 1 Series has switchable driving modes, including one for maximum efficiency, but minimum fun. You can fold the rear headrest down so they don't block your view out the back, though you do need all the help you can get. The online services let you do stuff like check the news and the weather from your car. BMW can monitor your car's health remotely and do things like check fluid levels, so yeah, you don't have to get your hands dirty. The BMW 1 Series is as aerodynamic as Porsche's 918 supercar. Who knew? So then, overall, what do I think of the BMW 1 Series? Well, it's a little bit smaller inside than its main rivals, and it's rather expensive, but it's excellent to drive and it has a brilliant infotainment system. Now, if you click up there, you can see more reviews and find out the best deal you can get on a new car at carwow.co.uk. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it and subscribe to our channel. And if you click over there, you can watch the detailed practicality, infotainment and 360-degree passenger ride video for the BMW 1 Series. Now, did you spot the Easter egg in this video? It was the picture of Chris Evans in the boot of the car. You see, Chris Evans only did 1 series of Top Gear. Sorry about that, it was the producer's gag, not mine.